Paraskevas currently works in the Netherlands in product innovation and partnership marketing in gaming and esports. The floor is yours.
What a stage. Wow. Dear professors and staff of the Rotterdam School of Management, proud families and friends, and most importantly, dear graduating class of the Management of Innovation and Medical Business Innovation, congratulations! You have officially survived through everything. And also, what a time in a world of rapid disruption to be an innovation management alumnus. Great choice, everybody. I vividly remember that day, my graduation day. I felt excited and nervous and a little embarrassed because half the hall could hear my mom's tears of joy. Your graduation is a perfect moment to pause, to enjoy, and to leave some space in the coming days for a short reflection. So, by now, you should have come to understand that innovation is a method, much more than it is a business practice. It is a lens that allows you to interpret how and why the world changes in ways that are both enticing and deeply realistic. More importantly, the same methods and principles enable you to perceive and understand changes not only in markets and technologies, but both within yourself and the close environment around you. That, to me, is where one of the great values of innovation science lies. It gives you the confidence to see uncertainty as a signal rather than a threat. And I have to admit, I only came to understand this after my graduation. Like many of you, I had everything carefully mapped out for what would come next. But I completely failed to predict the real impact of my RSM innovation program journey. My plan was simple: return to Greece, follow a tidy corporate path, enjoy better weather. I mean, sounds nice. Well, surprise, that wasn't quite the case. For me and many of my academic peers, things unfolded quite differently. And that's not a failure of planning, but rather is the success of the perspective we gained. Maybe for some of you, following the path you mapped out early will be the case. And if so, that's wonderful. It probably reflects a greater depth of foresight than what I possessed when I was sitting here 2 years ago. The plan I had confidently chosen did not keep me for more than a stressful year. I came back in the Netherlands in a new role, spending my first weeks on an air mattress at a friend's place to pursue a step in the sports innovation world. Eventually, the mattress pierced, so I switched to the couch. Just a bit later, I found myself traveling across Europe, working alongside some of the best esports athletes and organizations in the biggest sports arenas of Europe. At the same time, I started developing my thesis into a research paper on democratic innovation, a path I pursued thanks to the help and the encouragement and trust of 2 RSM mentors who saw value in my work. The greatest lesson I took from all this was that growth and true actualization rarely follows the solid plans you initially imagine, but it follows the courage to adapt as those plans unfold. I can tell you firsthand, speaking on behalf of many fellow alumni, only when the academic journey ends, or actually when the academic journey ends, it's very natural to ask, in a world full of possibilities, what does all this mean for me? Even once you landed the role you worked so hard for, there are days you will find yourself wondering, is that all there is? These moments of uncertainty are inevitable. They are part of how we grow and redefine what fulfillment and contribution mean to us. Having attended the last 2 graduations, I'm afraid the story I share today might not sound all that different from what I heard before. Yet I genuinely believe I'm bringing you good news. For some of you, this journey has strongly validated the direction you envision coming in and gave you even greater momentum in going forward. For others, it's equally positive because you know you have new territories to explore and fresh paths to consider. And you are still in a position not to have a solid answer to the question, what does all this mean for me? And while that is certainly a stressful question to answer, I want to share a perspective my parents, of all people, told me when I felt this way. They told me, we wish we could be in your position, to have the youth, the knowledge, and the spark to shape the life we want to live. They reminded me that even if this stage of life demands time and effort, it's still a great time of life. And eventually, I came to agree. If every choice, every decision, and every roadmap was obvious in advance, innovation wouldn't be needed. You wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here. And when you find yourselves in situations of change, you now have the dynamic capabilities to sense, seize, and capture these new opportunities. Also, I hope that by graduating today, you're able to understand this last reference. Most importantly, if you're here today graduating, you must be more than certain that you always have this experience to grab yourself from. The people on your left and right graduating with you, the professors standing here with you today, your family and friends seated behind you as they have done so all your life. And so, looking back on my path, despite putting me through this roller coaster of change, I can only deeply thank RSM for the friends I made, and I will carry on for the rest of my life, the professors who both supported and challenged me, and the environment that constantly pushed me forward. And for that, for what I thought would be a 1 year of academic growth, that instead became a relationship that continues to shape me. And in the sentiment of Ithaca, a poem about the meaning of growth by Greek poet Kavafi, I wish you the following. Instead of finding your destinations quickly, I wish you a long and rich journey, filled with discoveries, mistakes, and surprises, so that when you finally reach your destination, you will understand that it was the journey itself that gave it meaning. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Paraskevas. That was a great speech. So, in this ceremony,